Good morning, everyone. Hi, it's Anna Walker with Anna Walker Designs and StabThingsIntoExistence.com. Thank you for being patient with me today. The plumber just left, and thankfully it was just my copay for my homeowner's warranty, and it looks like we have hot water again in the shower. So yay, we can take showers. The car is still getting the windshield replaced this morning, but hopefully that'll be ready by early afternoon. And Emily and Grace, my granddaughter, is here for the day. So it's been a kind of morning so far, but I'm glad to be here with you finally. As a result of it being a morning, I'm coming to you pretty unprepared, but I wanted to show you the final touches that I did to the plague mask, and it's just the finishing touch it needed. I knew it needed something, and I couldn't tell quite what it needed until I started to put these strings to attach it so that it would look like an actual mask that you would tie on. And that's when it hit me. And so I'm going to turn the camera down, turn the light on, and show you what I ended up doing to make this fall into place. And my light is doing funky things, so I'm trying to rearrange it here so that we get a little light on the subject. Okay, I think we're good. So here we go. So here is the mask, and that light is not helping us at all, is it? Okay, let's try. Where's the other light? There it is. Like I told you, it's an unprepared morning, so please forgive me wandering about. Some mornings are like this. Some mornings it's just enough to get out of bed and get clothes on. And I'm sure I am not saying anything that none of you don't understand. Okay, so this light is a little better. So I did the cording, and I took 2 strands of the yarns that I used to make the swirls in here, and I spun them together, and then I needle felted them together. But as I was doing that, I was looking at how they were going to attach, and just attaching them didn't seem to be the right thing to do. So what I did was I created the cording to go all the way around the edge of the mask, and then to come out the back for the strings to tie the mask on. And that was the finishing touch that it needed. It sort of gave a finished edge to the swirls, and it pulled in all of the colors that were used in creating the swirls, and it just, for me, made it finished. And now I am ready to take some photographs, although I will have to work on rigging some lights to take indoor photos today since it's raining out, and then I can get those photos submitted to the art show and see if I don't get this piece accepted for the art show that's based from Fiber Art Now, that is based on pandemic being the theme for the show. So that's how I finished that piece. And that's a long way of saying sometimes you have to walk away from a piece a couple of times in order to know, is it done? Do I have something else that needs to be added to it? Or is it ready to rock and roll? And this piece, it just, until I came up with the cording, until I started working on the cording yesterday, there was something about it that said, there's just something missing, and that something missing was the braid, if you will, going all the way around the edge of the mask. Now, for me, when I think of plague masks, I think in terms of medieval times, you know, when the bubonic plague was first recorded in history. And I think of tapestries that were made during that time, and the big brocade braided cords that hung from those tapestries. And that's what this edging makes me think of. Makes me think of a finished tapestry, if you will, with the cords just right there to, you know, be that final flourish. And so for me, this was that final piece of making this sculpture be finished. And now I can, you know, proudly submit this, and knowing that it's finished as much as I think that it needs to be finished. It's got exactly the look that I wanted. It's even, it turned out better than I had even hoped for, truthfully. And our masket casket message in the center of the mask, and then the braided cording and all of the swirls of the different colors. My mom said it reminds her of a mask that one would wear to a masquerade ball. And she's not far off. I mean, it does look very much like a masquerade ball mask. And it's sort of a way to lighten up the very heavy message that we've got from wearing masks nowadays. But we can make that mask wearing as heavy or as light as we want to make it. And it can be a joy to know that we're protecting ourselves and our fellow humans. It can be a negative connotation, but I choose to wear my mask with joy, and I choose to submit this particular art piece to the show in a spirit of love for my fellow man and helping the humans around me and doing my little tiny, seemingly insignificant part to show love to the people that surround me every day. So the piece is ready to go, and that was my granddaughter hollering in the background. She's a pistol this morning, so you might hear her again. But that was the finishing touch for the plague mask, and it is ready to submit to the art show, and I'm very happy with the way it turned out, and I'm hoping that it will be well received. And I look forward to, you know, seeing what everyone else is going to be working on in the coming days. Let's switch the camera around again, and I'm going to move, yep, there she is again. I'm going to move the light down off because I don't think we need it to look at my face, my mug. Next on the agenda for me is to work on my mask design. We have a theme going this morning. And my mask design is loosely based. I saw a post for a singer's mask that's being produced by some of the Broadway costume creators, and it's a very large mask that comes out, and it has a piece that is structural so that singers can feel like they've got that air and that space around them. It's very elongated, and I liked the idea that I saw there, but I wanted to see about redoing that, not necessarily for singers. I don't want to copy their design. Their design is brilliant, but I wanted to see if it would work for a more comfortable wearing mask. So I looked at what they did, and I've modified a pattern, and I'm going to see if I can't make this work for making a daily wearing mask a little more comfortable. And so I've got my template here, and now it's just a matter of cutting it out and stitching up a couple of samples and seeing if it works the way I'm hoping that it will work. It's also going to incorporate a couple of wires in it so that, one, you'll be able to fold it down over your nose if you're like me and you wear glasses and you want to keep them from fogging up. But I'm also going to have some structure in the outside surround areas so that it can be a little more kept a little more out away from my mouth and my nose, so that hopefully, you know, that extra moisture and extra heat won't be quite so claustrophobic feeling. I'm not going to stop wearing my mask, but you know, it's always about finding a way to make it more comfortable to wear. So I'm working on that in the next couple of days, and we'll see how that turns out. I'll be happy to share that with you guys when I get it done. I also am sending out the last of the kits today for those first virtual classes at the end of the month, and I've got a handful of them to get ready, and we'll get them in the post late this afternoon. I've got a bag set with about 4 or 5 in them already, and I've got another 4 or 5 to put together today and get, you know, stuffed in their mailing envelopes and ready to mail out. But yeah, it's been kind of a whirlwind over the weekend with no hot water, and you know, because there was a steady stream of hot water flowing in my shower, but that's been fixed and we're ready to go, and the windshield is getting repaired and we're ready to rock and roll for another week. So I hope that the weekend found you some time to rest and relax, and I'm looking forward to sharing some FELTit goodness with you this week, and we will talk again soon. I'll see you tomorrow here, okay? Thanks for joining me. We'll see you later. Bye.